What is happening, traders? All right, I'll tell you what is happening. Lot of volatility is happening. That is what is going on in the market, and I hope you did not get chopped out here. And this is one of the main fucking reason I talk about margin management, risk management, and how to be fucking precise with what are you dealing with in these fucking stupid markets. Because I'm sure had you been over leveraged right now again, you're completely blown off from the market. Look, I'm not here to disappoint you, but I'm gonna be here speaking the truth now. This is why you need the experience coming out of Crypto Educator or any YouTube channel for that matter who has experience and who can give some kind of legitimacy in terms of risk management and can make you understand things, right? Otherwise, you'll get wrecked again and again and again in the chops. BTC doing a 10% flip. All right, not exactly 10%, but I think, yeah, this is crazy. This is insane volatility right here. Now this is something which I was talking about yesterday. If you guys remember, if you guys saw the video update from yesterday, this is something I was talking about. If the balance in exchanges starts to dry up, the order book are gonna be fucking illiquid. Now this is what happens. All right, your order book goes illiquid, you are gonna wick every fucking where. Okay, this is exactly what happened. And BTC going down for about 16%, and then guess what? Fucking recovery back 12%. Something which was happening on Atom is now happening on Bitcoin. This one being this one being $1 trillion fucking dollar asset doing something like this on exchanges. Now this is why, guys, you have to keep your eyes keep your eyes focused on the charts when the market is doing something like this. And well, if your risks are managed properly, you don't even need to fucking look at the charts. I was watching a goddamn Netflix movie, I saw these things happening, and I was still watching the movie because well, there is nothing there was nothing to be scared of. You know what, guys, me personally, in my own trades, I am prepared for maybe a 50% drop down as well. I'll be completely fine with that because the risks because the risks because the risks are managed properly, carefully, in such a way that I do not have to fucking bother about these moments, right? So order books illiquid, literally every single exchange got wrecked. This was Binance right here. Binance wicked down all the way at 47,620. Let's see what BitMEX did. BitMEX was known for all of its painful things. All right, BitMEX doing something like Binance as well. So now it looks like most of the herd is now in Binance. All right, so guys, I mean, do not get me wrong, most of the retail traders are going to be at Binance, and most of the moves happening in the market are going to be against the traders in Binance. Guys, this is what happens. This is every single day. I used to get chopped out like fuck in these crazy moves back in the days, guys. I've been there. I hope that even if you are there today, you are able to re-encapsulate yourself back into the game and you are able to take care of things in a better way next time, right? Okay, all right, so the BitMEX wicking down all the way at 47. Let's just see some major exchanges. What is the major exchange, guys? Let's talk about some major exchanges. I think, all right, let's check out Bitfinex as well. BTC USD over there. Bitfinex weekend in at 48. All right, so every exchange ranged at 48. So order books were pretty liquid, down at the 50k regions, not in these fucking regions. So you simply had a $10,000 range being played on starting this morning, in fact. So within 12-hour time span, you did a $10,000 move, guys. I mean, this is what we are dealing with. This is the volatility we are dealing with. And you know what, guys, I think everybody should be well aware of the fact that we are in a goddamn blue sky breakout, guys. And look at this is nothing, right? Just look at the whole goddamn picture. Nothing. I'm really sorry if you got screwed out here. Pay attention to the fucking videos which are coming from this channel. You will not be in the same position again. All right, so well, this is nothing, right? This is just a blip in the radar in terms of how the longer picture is looking like, guys. So this is exactly what happened. They just wigged out. And all right, I think I can say one more thing about the current price action. Now this dip could be bought back with immediate upthrust and immediate speed, but I do think that we're going to be probably getting into a consolidation mode for the markets. So basically the markets are going to be choppy as fuck starting today. All right, this is something which keeps on happening. You go for an immense down move where the market is unable to decide what to do, and the players and everybody who's actually taking the positions there, they ultimately buy the dip, but there is not much strength proving that dip to not go that far, and the market just simply starts going sideways, and it's a fucking mess most of the times. Well, the intensity of this dip buying was pretty fucking crazy, guys. Coming in at 48 on Bitfinex, most of the exchanges were 48. The intensity was goddamn crazy right here. So, well, you can argue that this was a pin bar, and the volume being a complete outlier as well in this entire trend, guys. We're breaking this trend to the upside in the volume spike right here. But this is in the hourly time frame, right? So hourly time frame being not that significant, these things do indicate that market would probably take some time to decide as to which direction it is supposed to take. All right, so I think the markets are going to be damn choppy. It's if you bought the dips right here, then you're okay. Then you're completely fine. All right, this is going to be a good liquid zone now. I think it is quite proven across all the exchanges. 46,000 dollar regions, completely fine for BTC. It got bid with immense amount of volume and immense amount of thickness in the order book, right? So, well, no matter how volatile the prices are, ultimately it comes to the fact that where is the exact point of liquidity entry and where is the exact point of liquidity exit. All right, so this is it, nothing else. Do not be in an emotional roller coaster. It's completely fine. BTC went down by 20%. Get fucking used to it, guys. Get fucking used to it. This is gonna come probably in the future. This is gonna come down 30% as well, 30 to 35%. You will probably be shitting your pants if you don't get your shit together. This is you're dealing with a bull run, and in a bull run, there's one thing which happens: long liquidations are far greater than short liquidations in a bull run. All right, it's because of the emotional euphoria and the emotional roller coaster traders go through, and that causes the volatility. And this was one of the overreaction, coming in all the way at 48,000, losing the 200 simple moving average on the hourly time frame. Well, the prices were getting supported pretty nicely, but yeah, we simply dipped 15% below the 200 simple moving, not 15, 8% below the moving average. But it's simply crazy. I'm in a loss of words right now, because I was actually fucking enjoying this as it was happening. And let's check out Ethereum as well. Ethereum being massively volatile. I'll go to the BitMEX index, and yep, BTC going down by 20% would mean Ethereum. All right, Ethereum was also 20%. Now that's quite strange, because generally if BTC is doing 20%, Ethereum is gonna do 40%, guys. That's the rule. That's the fucking rule book. Rule number 101 for you bitches. Ethereum is going to be volatile twice as much as Bitcoin is, guys, and the chain just keeps on going. Litecoin probably more, Neo and all that even further down, and the shit coins, they're probably down 90%. Some of them, not all of them, but yeah, most of them will be picked up from these ranges. I mean, a lot of people were waiting for $1,500 ranges for Ethereum to be picking some fresh ether off the market at. I think lots of bids have been fulfilled right here, as on BitMEX as well. We had a volume outlier coming in at 1,550. So what next? What comes next, guys? What the fuck happens next? Who the fuck knows, right? Nobody knows. Not even Warren fucking Buffett can tell you what's going to happen next in the markets. Let me be very clear with that, and I'm very stringent about this fact. Nobody can tell you what is going to happen. All you can fucking do is manage your risks and play the game properly. That's it, guys. If you're in for trading, you got to play the game properly. If you're hodling, you're completely fine. This should not be worrisome at all. I mean, this dip right here, this should not be worrisome at all. If you're a hodler, just keep on hodling even if Ethereum goes to zero. Okay, 12-hour time frame, we did lose as soon as we freaking closed this candle below the 21 simple moving average, we just lose. In fact, I put down a tweet as well while we were leaving the 1800 zone. So guys, hit subscribe, hit that like button, go to Twitter, follow Cryptoducator for constant updates in the market, guys. I am a fucking owl. I don't sleep in these markets. I probably sleep for like 2 to 3 hours a day. I'm just a pretty active participant in the market. So you gotta be following Cryptoducator on Twitter for immediate updates, guys. If you really want to be staying constantly updated in the market and such events, guys. This was crazy. All right, so as soon as we lost the 21 simple on the 12-hour time frame, basically the 1800 level. That was your first red flag that something is about to go down. Now most likely this is it. Most likely it could go down as well. It could lose the $1,500 structure as well. It is not out of the question, but most likely things have played out. All right, the volatility has played out. I personally don't think, in my humble opinion, I don't think that's gonna go down any further, because it was picked up with immense amount of certainty right here, coming in at 1550. Guys, a lot of people were waiting for that, as we did test the $2,000 levels, and we immediately came down to 1500. I mean, a lot of people were eyeing at that, and bids got filled in front of my eyes, in front of your goddamn fucking eyes as well. All right, look at the price action right here. Immense amount of panic sell in the 12-hour time frame back here during 11th January as well, coming down all the way to $1,000 from $1,250 in one single 12-hour candle. This was supposed to mean a catastrophic continuation, and we did have that as well, but we never lost this risk management point right here at 888, right? So you got bought back right here, and well, you know what happened next, right? Look, this could be a possibility that this area could be compared to this one. It could be a possibility. Now, something which is making me really uncertain about this entire situation right now is the goddamn funding rates. I mean, funding rates, well, they're still positive. They're still positive. So every single fucking dip coming in at even 25% to the downside, people are going in on leverage, guys. People are just like simply longing the shit out of these crypto assets. I mean, all right, we could simply start floating up to 3000 or something, but these price actions are getting baseless, guys, in the short term. Now, this is a rational outlook to the market. Do not be emotionally fucking attached to whatever the asset is trying to do, but just try to understand the funding rate, the interest rate. Was the previous video that I uploaded about how you can make money, how you can make passive income out of those funding rates. But yeah, the funding rates are not getting into negative even after this dump. So it's a little bit concerning, right? It's a little bit concerning. Now, you can certainly argue that this area this candle can simply end up being a fucking bullish pin bar closing green right somewhere above the 21 simple moving average on 12 hour. Now, that could mean immediate trend continuation to the upside all the way to 3000. But the funding, that's the one that's concerning. There are just a lot of marginal long positions, and generally what happens is market would always try to find some balance between the long and the short exposure. It can never be one-sided. If it goes one-sided for a very, very long amount of time, this is what happens. In some mere fucking hours, this is what happens. All right, so this was simply market trying to find some balance, and it looks to me like in the immediate short time frame we found some balance at 1500. 1550 was the point of support right here, and you can start managing your risks here. Alright, guys, even for a swing position, like even if you're hodling Ethereum since these levels, you can start managing your risks right here. If you lose 1500, get me straight. If you lose 1500 on any time frame, there is no stopping below. Like, you got to come down to $1,000. You losing 1500 would not be good for Ethereum. You want to be managing your risks now, and well, let the market finally decide what it wants to do actually. But then if you start losing candles below 1500, guys, this would mean that we're going to probably come down to $1,000. Whatever it sounds like, however it sounds like, money printing, infinite liquidity and all that fucking crap, whatever happens, goddamn, this is gonna happen. All right, if $1,500 level is lost, right? So start managing your risks with uttermost precision this time. I hope so, right? You manage your risk below this point. Basically, you can either get out of your long position in spot or derivatives as well, or you can start shorting Ethereum below these levels right here, 1500. Now, I'm the one who's bashing on leverage. So even if you want to short Ethereum, you could simply stay at some stable coins. You can simply flip your Ethereum for USDT, and that would be considered shorting Ethereum. It's as simple as that. All right, it's as simple as that. So step out of Ethereum if we are losing 1500. As far as we are above 1500, if we are wicking like this, guys, it's absolutely okay. Just don't get me wrong, but most of the things are pointing towards the fact that market is going towards more and more risk taking, guys. So be very cautious as a trader. Start rationalizing the fuck out of your thought process, because something could absolutely go wrong, and well, 30 to 40% correction could happen on Ethereum. Well, you could argue that we have already begun our 30-40% correction from $2,000 levels. What would the 30% 40% correction mean? 1200 USD. Well, that's also something considerable. You could wait for the 12-hour 200 simple moving average to catch up around 1200 levels, and until then the price just simply goes sideways like this, and then it finally comes down below the $1,500 levels. But in a bull run, in a bull market, in any bullish momentum of any asset, in cryptocurrencies, all right, in crypto, not any asset, in cryptocurrencies, you can look at 35 to 40% corrections like as a normal thing, guys. This should not bother you. It's a pretty difficult thing, but that should not bother you. You are in cryptocurrencies. These things should not bother you. That's why I always fucking tell you to be personal about your capital. Do not be personal about these cryptocurrency virtual assets. Don't be personal about them, guys. It's completely pointless. They're going up exponentially one day. You know, a bear market could start at some point down the line in 2022 or something like that. Then entire year these assets will constantly drip down. Whatever the fuck happens in the market, whatever fundamental development takes place, they'll constantly go down. That would be the bear market. So guys, what I'm trying to tell you here is be prepared for anything and everything in cryptocurrency market. You gotta be fucking knowing that what you're into. All right, this fucking cryptocurrency, this is how it works, guys. Truth to be told. Anyway, I think this has been a wide variety of ramble in this video. There's a huge amount of ramble, but I hope you sincerely get my point. All right, you want to be a good trader at cryptocurrencies, you have to manage your risks very discreetly, and you have to be very personal about your own capital, guys. All right, and these dips are to fucking accumulate, by the way. We'll talk about that in the next video, how to accumulate in these dips. I think that's been it. Bye for now, guys. I'll see you pretty soon.